you got a lot of booty bandits. I'm talking about predators. You dig what I'm saying? So all that minding your business and just following the code, that's gonna get your butt. That's gonna get your ass taken.
Yeah. Yeah. How did the cars work for Red Onion? Like was it based on state? Was it based on how was
See,
how was
okay,
the
see, okay. So the time period that I'm in there, I got into the state system in '01. So for at that time, you had a bunch of old heads who had been in there at the time that always talking that old back in the day shit. You dig what I'm saying? So back in their days and the way that they was carrying it, it was divided up based upon regions. So you had the Tidewater car, which made up of 7 cities and shit. You dig what I'm saying? Them 757 niggas. They deep as shit. Then you had the Richmond, the Richmond car, them 804 niggas. They just as deep as the Tidewater niggas. Those 2 cars pretty much, what I'm saying, had it inside the state. Then you had Northern Virginia, which is where I'm from. They always associated us with DC before there was the concept of DMV. Before that whole concept, that shit, I came home to that concept. You dig what I'm saying? But in the state system, they already considered us that. You dig what I'm saying? Then you had Lynchburg, you got Roanoke, you had all these other cities that, they exist, they matter. They just didn't have the numbers like these other areas. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah,
It was
yeah.
really, it was the introduction of blood that broke down those divisions and those barriers, man, and brought everybody together.
That's real. I gotta ask you what prison politics probably surprised you the most when you got to, let's just keep it with Red Onion. Like what was anything that surprised you as far as you expected to run one way and it's going a whole different way based on the politics ran inside there?
On that Jones, see, on the land and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it was disorganized, reckless, and it was no real structure like literature and knowledge and like that shit don't exist. You know what I'm saying? But and what when you get there, you know you don't belong to yourself no more. A lot of things that you hear, a lot of things that when people enter into these gangs and shit, they hear it. But it's not real to them yet. And to me, that's what I'm hoping to bring to this shit is that there's a realness that exists in all this shit that people be missing out on, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people live in their goddamn head, man. They's like they shadow boxers, man. They shadow box and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they done convinced themselves that is this and is that.
Yeah.
Life operate a little different, man.
Yeah. Now speaking of shadow boxing, let's get some perspective. You got active, damn near day 4, as far as your bid. Um, for you personally, how active you have to get? Like how many fights, how many situations did you
I
did you
can't
run
count
into?
that shit. I can't count that
You
shit,
can't
man.
even count it. You said put the fingers down. Um, as far as from the ones you remember, probably what was the most pettiest shit you feel like you had to get active about, if you can recall?
Man, I ain't gonna front, man. In my younger years, a lot of that shit was petty. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit was petty. Like I at some point, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna tell you this. It's something that I struggle with right now. I struggle with it, hard. I was seeing mental health and everything about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really a product of prison. And being on the streets right now, it really, bring clarity to that fact. But I am a product of prison and I'm the great white in prison. So, like, you know what I mean? That's the best way I could put it, man. Like,
So they look at prison like either you're predator or you prey. Either you're food or you hunting. For you, did you wake up on
nah,
one
but
side or the
that's
other?
not true though. That's not true
Okay, yeah,
though.
go speak on it.
That's not true. See, the secret to the feds, now the state a little different. The secret to most places you go to, it ain't about how tough you is. It ain't about nothing, man. That shit about principles. It's man law. And that's what I learned inside there. When you scrape away all society when you scrape away the government protecting you, when you scrape away all this bullshit, man, all you got left is man law. That's what you got left is man law. And if you live by man law, the smallest, weakest nigga can go through prison with no problems ever. Your problems come when you don't know who you are and you step inside a lane you ain't supposed to be in. That's when your problems come. If you know who you are and you stay true to who you are, you won't have no problems in prison. That's in most prisons. Like I say, you get up to like the red onions and all that, man. You know,
Bomb stuff.
man. Listen, man, you gonna have to put that work in, Slim.
Yeah, you live with you live with the problems. Like shit.
You gonna put that work in, man.
Let me ask
You
you.
got them. That's predators. Like that's something else that the feds may not know, and a lot of state niggas don't know. But in Virginia, during them years, you got a lot of booty bandits. I'm talking about predators. You dig what I'm saying? So all that minding your business and just following the code, that's gonna get your butt. That's gonna get your ass taken. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to have some teeth, man.
Yeah,
You
there's
gonna have to have
always
some teeth.
they always say there's a fear, again, people in the free world who ain't never did no prison time, they always have that fear of like, nah, you're gonna get violated. There's a bandit waiting for a soft nigga to come through.
Yeah, I'm saying it's overstated. Out of all the prisons I've been through and shit, that was only true. That was true in Virginia. High levels. Yeah, that's some Virginia shit, man. That's some Virginia shit. In the high levels in Virginia, that shit real, man. But from most niggas I talk to when I'm in the feds in other states, like they carry the way they do in the feds, that's frowned upon as it should be universally. But something about Virginia, man, that shit different.
It's interesting that most people I talk to that did Fed time, they say the moment you get in, someone's handing you a blade or someone's gonna get you some protection. You're gonna have a knife on. That's
If you
all it is, knife play in there. Like it's
if you online, and
okay.
depend on what yards you in, I'm gonna say that too. Like if you them niggas that's coming inside, any nigga that's coming on any of these little recordings, man, it's about I got to know what region they in, bro. Cause you got to know what region they in. It's like if you go anywhere in the southeast region and FCI's on down. I haven't been. I wasn't in the USP in the feds. I can't speak on that. But that's another lane too. I appreciate that difference. The way I appreciate the difference from max and supermax in my state system compared to them lower levels. But FCI's on down. If you was anywhere in the southeast region, it don't. That's a whole. They conversation should be different. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Anybody can go there. You don't need your paperwork right. You don't need no knife. You all right, man. You gonna be all right over there, man.